Alright guys, it's the next week and we're going to be resuming the whole cleanup process of everything behind me, which is behind the scenes of our main set here. So, plan of action right now, before I go through and kind of talk about the whole blueprint and ideas I have in mind and go over all the recommendations you guys gave me via email and comments, I want to go ahead and get rid of all of the things that we have left over that we talked about in last video that we don't need in this room here. That way, whenever going through and looking at everything that needs to be organized, I at least have a better idea as to what we actually need to order for, the items we have in hand in here in this room. So I'm starting off with the camera equipment here. I've got a couple boxes of like gimbal boxes, camera boxes, things like that are kind of scattered around the room that I know we don't touch here in this room at all. So we're gonna be moving that up to the upstairs mezzanine up top in our warehouse. So that's out of the way. And then we don't have to look at that whenever we're reorganizing the whole room. Well, you think after being a videographer for over a year, you'd actually film everything you were supposed to film, but I didn't. So I got all the water cooling, liquid cooling stuff moved onto a cart over here, and I also carted over the rest of the camera gear that I didn't have any use for, at least the boxes at least, so we can put them back. We're gonna move those over, and then I'll clean up the rest of the other set. Alright guys, a little update on the behind the set upgrade. So I got a lot of stuff cleared out, got the water cooling stuff completely moved out and up into the mezzanine, and then I still have to do the GPUs right here. I kind of want to keep them in the film room though, because I think they are a cool addition. So if we end up having enough room for them, I think I'd like to keep them maybe on the top shelf down the road whenever we end up getting the PC cases and monitors moved from the top. But for the time being, we kind of have a loose plan set in mind, and I think I'm gonna actually start piecing things together. So I found some shelves on Amazon that we're gonna probably end up ordering around like next month or so, sometime around then. We're gonna have one on the right side, one on the left side, and the benefit with the new shelves is that they're gonna be height adjustable, so we can actually adjust them to make them a little more suitable for PC cases and monitors, so we can eliminate the monitors and cases on the top here. And then additionally, these shelves are gonna be a little deeper too, so we can actually store, longer items on there as well without having them, kind of move off the top. That's coming on later on next month. Shout out to Krista, because she sent me a whole list and mock-up of all these items that I can find on Amazon that helps with our cable management that we really desperately need done. So the loose plan is we're gonna use some of these pieces here I'm going to show on the screen. We have some of these little cable hooks and little knickknacks that will help organize our cables. They'll help keep them in loops so they're easier to pull off the wall when we need them, and then store back up whenever we're done with them. So we're going to go with these, I think, and the idea is we're going to use a table that we have on hand and replace this middle shelf here, and then we're going to also pick up some of these drawer organizers that she linked, and we're gonna use those to store some things in shelves and drawers, so we don't have to worry about things being visibly present whenever you turn around and look at this area, which I think will help clean this area up a lot. This area still has a bit of work to do, but I mean, I've overall just kind of cleaned this area up a bit. We might still mess around with just organization stuff right now. I might even try and find a couple more drawers to maybe organize these fans. Maybe just like pull out little organizer bins and we can maybe sort the fans that way rather than just one giant bin, because we have a couple over here, but we are definitely due for maybe like one full shelf of just fan organization, maybe like separating them out through color, RGB, non-RGB, things like that, so it's a little more manageable. That's kind of the loose plan for everything right now. I'll show you guys everything that I order, and then we'll kind of go from there, and then we'll update you guys in the next episode. Alright guys, so it's been a couple days since the last clip you all saw, and this is kind of the way that the room is set up right now. Now obviously we still haven't cleaned up this area of the room yet, but that's going to change whenever the things we just ordered get in. I believe they just ordered it, Matt and Jackson did, but essentially I'll show it on the screen for you guys now. We bought 2 of those like Alex style drawers to go underneath this desk right here, and I measured them out to be about 40 inches. So we should have about 4 inches on each side, and they're set up under the desk. So it'll look pretty good. We'll be able to manage a lot of our small things like small cleaning things, microfiber towels, Sharpies, zip ties, things like that in those drawers down here. And then on top of that, we're going the pegboard route like I mentioned earlier. I think Jackson still has to go and find a pegboard that's gonna fit this area here, but we're thinking like 4x4, and that'll fill up this area here that's kind of in between the shelving. But once that pegboard is ordered and in as well, then I think we're gonna move this over and get this in its permanent spot. And for the time being, whenever we get those drawers in, I'll build them for the next episode, organize these so these are out of the way, and we have these shelves pretty much all set up with their permanent stuff until we can get the new ones in, and then the monitors and the cases to the ground. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up this episode of the behind the set film upgrade. Again, we have pretty much everything on order now, aside from the shelving that we have to order next month, but aside from that, everything is ordered, and we'll definitely be taking care of the majority of the issues with this whole setup here. So thanks again, guys, for everyone who helped out with the ideas. So we'll see you guys in the next one whenever everything comes in. I'll be building it for you.